is ready. Okay, let's start the first time. Showing up. There it is. Oh, made with Unity. Okay. It's a nice logo. Okay. Shh. Camera correction. Oh no. Seem okay? I go a little darker. Still want to be able to see it clearly, so let's change it back. Brightness, that's too much. Contrast. Seems fine. Standard Unity controls. UI is not that customized, but hopefully they focus most of that on the game. Alright, font size. Look at the stream. I think that's okay. There's Chronopia. Okay. Chronopia. I don't have that issue, but anyone else would. You can always come back to that. Prone seizures, be careful. Legal stuff. I'm gonna just read this. Yeah, it's the usual thing. Alright, Lord Captain, long lost worlds filled with perils, deadly enemies, and ancient mysteries await you. Bring the Emperor to Corona's expanse or die trying. Cooperative mode, game setting. Let me double check the graphics. This is my display, borderless window. That's the max. Lock mouse inside when I don't want to do that because I want to be able to with my OS if I need to. Custom. Used to. Just do ultra. Let's do ultra. If it suddenly falls apart, I'll lower it. It's fine. Audio when game window is collapsed. Follow character. Yeah, it's screen scrolling. It's good. Guess I'll learn some of this as I go. Okay. Bloodstain. Sending. Uh, sure. Autosave, yes, please. Tooltip delay. Pause in the last. Okay. Alright. Let's get to it. So I was striving to improve our work. So we need information. Help us. This is basically just logs if something goes wrong. Take up the mantle of a rogue trader, scion. Scion of an ancient dynasty. Daring privateers reign over a trade protectorate and explored the fringes of a known galaxy. Darkness looms over the bloodline of Valancius as it faces multiple threats within its own ranks and without, as countless enemies seek to destroy the most daring and brave agents of humanity. It's up to you to hold the reins of shattered protectorate and forge a new path for the von Valancius dynasty, currently finding itself in vortex of wars, intrigues, calamities, and heresy. Stakes are high and rise even higher as you cross paths with terrifyingly powerful and ambitious adversaries in the darkness of the Corona's expanse. Cool. Alright, so story or I'm not gonna I have no patience to go with any higher difficulties. Just, just go with normal. That's the way to go. And modify the game as I go. That's pretty. Soldier. I create a custom character. Character. Wrote scratch. Possibilities are endless when it comes to customize your character. Alright, I'll try that. Port. Try to look for someone like me now. Guess I'll just pick someone who looks nothing like me. Yeah, I'll just stick with that, I suppose. With a darker skin tone. Let's see, what can I do with hair? It's more like a Bollywood look. Yeah, no thanks. Reds wouldn't really work. I guess that's sort of close. Let's just go with that later. You need the swoop. Need to be thicker though. I think that works. They're thick, but they have that little angle at the top. Ah, beards. That's a bit much. I mean, I at least keep mine neat. Okay. Right region. Unless there was like a blending of Nordic and traditions over the centuries. Or multiple millennia. That sort of works. Tattoos. Does this even change at all? The load. You can add something here that doesn't show up. It's just hidden in that. I gotta have it. Augmentations. This. Basically, I have my whole head removed and replaced. Oh, that's funny. Sure, there's some sort of cybernetic tube I need to add. Well, I guess it wouldn't see it from the hair. Or maybe some bolts front. Just looks like a huge set. That looks a little better. Just make it obvious by having that bolted on my face. Nothing with the nose and chin. This just looks weird. Yeah, I think I'll stick with this. Still looks okay, but still see it prominently there. Can't expect no augmentations. Oh, I could add other augmentations in here too. Nah, it just looks weird. Yep, that looks nice and subtle.
I'll bring glory to my bloodline.
Watch and learn.
What if I had a female voice?
I am but a vessel for the higher purpose. Success is the only outcome I accept.
Vertic.
Blood and mayhem shall be our anthem.
Watch this spectacle unfold!
Something of interest. We have purified the battlefield of the enemy's taint.
Enemy's taint.
Engage the engines.
I don't know, I was thinking
Heresy grows from idleness.
between pious and pragmatic.
This could be an opportunity. Stay faithful and you will be rewarded. The best defense is a good offense. Look upon the Emperor's faithful and tremble.
I'll go with pious. Very cheerful. Let's change the portrait. That's actually pretty cool. I like these little portraits they have. Oh, why not have a portrait that's based off of my character, though? That one. Oh, I could create a custom one. Okay. Oh, wait, no. I'd actually have to upload one. In that case, that's not gonna work.
I am but a vessel for the higher purpose.
Alright. Let's see, Death World. On Death Worlds, plants, beasts, and sometimes even the environment itself take aggressive and destructive forms inimical to human life. It's exceptional, difficult to colonize. Many Death Worlds possess valuable resources that require an outpost or a human presence upon the planet's surface to harvest. These harsh environments result in some of the hardiest and most resilient populations in the galaxy. Those tested and found wanting die young. So we get strength, agility, toughness, intelligence, and fellowship are voidborn. Humans birth belly of the void vessel or aboard ancient orbital satellite. Those who have lived their lives in void ships have become inured to the extent due to reality-altering process of warp travel, living in low zero-G gravity. In many cases, their features are drawn from skin. Features: Fortune. Spelled attack, dodge, parry, character. skill test. This is high intelligence and willpower, low strength, survival instinct. Wounds of a Deathworld character drop below 30%. They gain 20% maximum. It's temporary wounds. Okay. Hive World. Population so dense, great swaths of the surface of the world are frequently covered with gargantuan cities, bejeweled with towering spires and pulsing atmosphere. Hive worlds are vital to the welfare of the imperial economy and machine. Produce munitions for the empire's armies and vast manufactories. Manufactories? Not manufactorums? Yeah. Mine valuable minerals and refined fuel for the Imperial Navy. Innumerable regiments of the Astra Militarum are raised from their massive populations as well. Strength in numbers. Hive world characters gain FEL ability. Resolve their 3 or more creatures allergens in 3-cell radius. Fellowship, agility, low willpower. Forge world. Domain of the Eptis Mechanicus. Power plants in demands of vast macro industries, each manufacturing super complex and unimaginable capacity power. Have become especially renowned for their philosophies and ways of war. These are often colored technologies that specialize in manufacturing. For a purpose, subskin armor grants bonus in locomotion system, analytics system. Something percentage critical hit chance. Alright. Intelligence up, toughness up, fellowship is low. Imperial world is one of a million planets and the belief of the immortal god emperor. Healing from hyper-technological societies to grimy feudal populations. Inhabitants of countless worlds offer fealty and devotion to the master of humanity and imperial creed, spouses by his servants. Designation Imperial World encompasses a vast array of wholly similar that are nevertheless part of the Imperium. So it's basically just any that's not specifically a Death World, Hive World, Fortress World. Humanity's Finest. Select any characteristic, weapon, ballistic, and add 10 bonus. Oh, the following features are available after. Ready to serve, doing my part, stronger together, better die for the heresy. Okay, so you get additional talents added in. Wait. Oh, I didn't scroll. Brutal Hunter, Rusty Weapons, Did Beast, Lifetime of Scars, Tenacity. That's for Death World. A Bloody Mess. Anytime Voidborn character scores critical hit, there's a 10% chance of double the damage. Contagious Luck. Interesting. Outnumber. Helping Hand. Personalization. Fresh Start. I'm interested in Forge World. Pinnacle of Weaponry. Plasma Melter, Power Weapons deal additional damage equal to intelligence bonuses. Alright, so this is like, I want like high technology level weaponry, then I'll get a bonus for each of these. Criticals. Criticals and armor. I do like criticals. Yeah, there's no actual modifiers for just Imperial World. Fortress World. Planets where the entire populace immersed in warfare, constantly train for the day that they may be called upon to defend the Imperium. Right? Never stop shooting. Each time a Fortress World character kills an enemy, they gain plus 10 stacks of never stop shooting. Okay. Perception, willpower, less fellowship. Combat addict. Okay, so ballistic skills, perception, willpower. Gale of Steel. Ranged. First reload. Grants an additional 10 stacks. Never stop believing. I'm leaning towards Forge World. What do you guys think? For purpose. Yeah, because I'm likely going to lean towards or higher tech weaponry. Yeah, and if I go with like a plasma or melta, then I'll get a bonus and lean towards intelligence as I go. That's usually how I do it with RPGs. So we'll go with that. Forge World. Let's gain plus 10. 10 plus intelligence. Critical hit chance. System. Subskin armor. Yep. Alright, so my origin. Astra Militarum Commander, commonly known as the Imperial Guard, its primary fighting force. Oh, this is where my clothes come in. Okay. Regimental tactics. Commissar. Okay, similar thing with the Commissar. I dress snazzier and different skill modifiers. Duty and honor. Show them contempt. All allies solve. Crime Lord. Surefire plan. Appearance survives and prospers in no small part due to the narrowness of its vision. The rebellious mind, will such as yours, not so easily be contained. In a storm beast. Imagine me just walking around like this. I need more scrolls on me. Physiarchy, it's known as the Adepta Ministorum, is a vast institution that oversees the galaxy-spanning religion of the Imperium. Yeah. Or him. Grants momentary momentum equal to 2 times devotee's willpower bonus. I think I need to focus on something with intelligence. Need of purification. Like to handle fire. Be cool. Imperial Navy is responsible with void ships and assert dominance the stars and fulfill others. I brace for impact. Personal. 1 round, naval officer and their allies. 3 cell radius gain +2 deflection. Once per combat. Okay. Do not falter. Noble. Just have an animal skin on me. High nobility. It's privileged and powerful elite. You serve me. Anytime a noble's abilities affect a servant, the servant gains +5 to all characteristics until the start of its next turn. Okay. For intelligence, coercion, persuasion. You do something. Noble uses ability on their servant. Servant gains +1 AP. It's like a support class, really. Whatever I hit with my noble, it affects my servants. You protect me. You go on. You kill it. You are next. Sanctioned Psyker. Feared and distrusted, but unless valuable assets to the Imperium. Role of the Adeptus Astra Telepathica is to recruit, identify, and classify those found to possess psychic abilities. Shouldn't that be a K? I guess psychic is still DH. Sanctioned Psyker. Have reduced -20 chances to trigger psychic phenomena. Alright, so if I'm near psychics, psychic enemies, I'll be less likely to get attacked by a psychic, some sort of psychic phenomena. Oh, psi rating 0. This character is a psyker, albeit quite a weak one. Toughness, willpower, lore, Kairos, divination, specialize in gleaning information or turning it turn fortune in favor. Biomancy. This is on manipulating living flesh and biological processes. Biomancers can heal wounds and alter physical characteristics. Telepathy. Yeah, we know what telepathy is. Pyromancy. Master of Flame. Sanctic powers. Concentration of faith, sanctic power are used by pious psychers to protect allies in smite heretics. We like to smite heretics. Psi rating. Okay. So I start with. Move this up. Alright, so I start at 0. And then I could just incrementally add to that. Scribe Soul. I don't know, I'm thinking Psyker. I guess I can't be part of the Mechanicus. Or maybe that was DLC. Yep, go with the Psyker. Sanctions Psyker, Biomancer. Specialize in manipulating biological energy. Iron Arm. Feeble, Invigorate. Metabolic Overcharge, Regenerate. Talents. Adrenaline Surge. Biophysical Distortion. Sanguine Siphon. Don't need to sound heretical. Oh, wait. Diviner, divination, or warning. Increases target's dodge and parry. Create an area that lasts until the start of Psychic's next turn. All allies within an area gain dodge, perfect timing, prescience, recognition, psychic intervention, unnatural luck, pyromancer, ignite, firestorm. Well, sort of get from the pictures what that could be. Synctic. Word of the Emperor. All allies in the circle 5-minute radius gain 1 plus psi rating times 2 resolve. Purge Soul. Direct damage. This damage is increased by 50% against Xenos, by 100% against Chaos Worshippers, or Jakari, by plus 150 against demons, by plus 50% if the enemy has already damaged the Psyker or any Psyker's allies this combat. Okay. Sanctic sounds interesting. Light of the Emperor. That was itchy. This is itchy. To the Emperor. Hammer. Emperor. Next time they deal damage, this damage is increased by 5 times Psyker Psi rating plus allies resolve times 2. If effect is removed. Can only be used while there's at least one ally affected by Word of the Emperor. Okay. So I'd have to hit this first and then double that by applying these. So shield. Yeah, so this is armor, this is attack. Sword of Faith. A psychic power costs 50 momentum and can only be used when momentum is 175 or higher. Telepath. Psychic Shriek. One creature. Okay. Dominate. Psychic Assault. Bond. Go back to Pyro. 1 second. I was thinking you probably still saw that. Oh well. Yeah, I'd say keep it simple. Diviner is okay. I like the Sanctum. Hellpath. It looks boring. What's the bio again? Oh, it's basically add of combat, all targets within range suffer penalty to strength and agility. So it just changes modifiers. I do like the soul purge of soul. I want to go after heretics, so that might be useful. I don't think burning demons would really work. You guys think? Oh, we tried Sanctin. Sanctic. Action to the Golden Throne. Sounds good to me. Apex of Brilliance. Upon solving a mystery of powerful psychically active Xeno artifact, managed to destroy the creation of countless enemies of humankind. Xenos. Illustrious victory. Hold on. Oh, sorry about that. I was about to get into a sneezing fit. Single-handedly saved the pilgrim ship by stopping a war breach while traveling through the Imperial. Feat of greatness. Power of your sorcery crushed the daemon of drove him back into. That sounds like something that Xeno artifacts, ships. Oh, coercion. My darkest hour. You're accused of being possessed by a warp entity, forced into exile, leaving your soul forever scarred. Logic is low. Uh, sorcery causes a warp station aboard your void ship, claiming thousands of lives. Wow. Shadow of Torment. An error during the sanctioning process brought you many hours of agony. Nearly cost you your life. Yeah, I'd be fine with the lore. That. Choose type to see description. Only choose one of the first tier archetypes at this moment. Types are development paths that your character follow. Each archetype encapsulates a unique set of skills and expertise and represents a specific combat specialization, from a frontline warrior to indispensable leader, preferring to command from here. Um, choose who you want to be in the grimdark future of Warhammer 40k, a rogue trader. Your officer, operative, or soldier. Warriors are compatibles, mostly boasting exceptional melee prowess. Officer, willpower, fellowship. Operative, intelligence and perception to exploit weaknesses. Soldier, ranged weapons. Hmm. Exemplar. Size, single attacks, defensive, penetration, area debuffs, assistant firing position. For focus movement and range attacks, cover, dodge, burst fire, area attack. Extra turn, single target buffs, rescue allies, momentum, dodge, armor, parry. I'm not gonna do melee. Something's itching in my nose. Thinking maybe I don't know, either operative or soldier. History. Check mark that I would have. Let's go with operative. Oh man. It's in depth. Guessing there's so much more after this. Right, weapon skill, agility, intelligence, perception. I'll just bump some more up here. Let's keep adding to these. Add perception. 2. Six, strength, agility. Let's try push up as well. Okay. Yeah. Sword class frigate. Name it. Victus Erebus. Given Destiny Hunter. Sea of the Stars. Cherubs. Any ideas for a ship name? Seeker's Haven. Apex Pro. Moment of the Abyss. That's it. Hello, hello. To the Abyss. Sea of the Stars. Redemption. That's something Spartan-like. Latin Spartan-like. Daring Destiny. Guardian of Rank. Righteous Absolution. That sounds interesting. How about... Hold on, I need to get the spelling. About that. It gets a little... Well, sort of like a Spartan theme in there. It's Greek at least. So we'll go with that. Okay. I'll just call myself Rogue Trader. Nathan. Lament. Alright. There you go. Rogue Trader, Operator. Okay, let's go with it. How long did that take? An hour? Sounds about right. Excuse me. Love how intense everything is.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor sublimity.
Okay. Whatever. An awe-inspiring sight. Frankly, such Success can be tiring at times. All this us-centered luxury, this laughable pretense, is it enough to make one think of the architects meant to compensate rather than to glorify? Have we met? Have a particular reason to disturb me? I just be an ass to everyone? I was about to say this was a bit much, so we could go with this third option.
An interesting perspective. However, allow me to offer you a bit of advice. In the interests of your own well-being, you should frame your thoughts with greater piety. Demonstrating such a lack of care when choosing your words might be viewed by certain people as evidence of insufficient trepidation before the God Emperor, the master of humanity.
Or served by acting, not speaking. You for advice, but I was not show deference for things I do believe in myself. That's heretical. You seem to attach much importance to words. I have fondness for names. I've yet to use words.
I understand, but the particularities of my craft have made me a perceptive individual, capable of seeing through to the root of things. Unlike millions of his devout servants. Trust me, your words could easily be interpreted a different way, especially by one inclined to do so. Allow me to introduce myself. Kunrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias, at your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
And hover a cursor over highlighted words, learn more about them. Got it? Okay. Subject and Imperium with a unique hereditary title. Rogue Trader is tasked exploring the still uncharted regions of the galaxy for the benefit of mankind. And also to avoid any misunderstanding, I sanction Psyker.
I am aware of that fact. It would have been unacceptable negligence to have overlooked such a detail when compiling your profile. Fate bestowed upon you powers of witchcraft, and to use them for the good of the Imperium. Yours is truly an unenviable lot. I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of
What a name.
this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Lord Captain, strange title for Lady Theodora. Why am I on board this vessel? Why have you brought me here? I have a curious title, Master of Whispers. Responsibilities. Tell me about ship I have found myself. Say I'm one of the Rogue Trader's heirs, so there are other candidates. Assume you some goal in mind. You decide to seek me out. Let's address it.
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Tell me about the ship I have found myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back, especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Uh, Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
Say I'm one of the rogue trader's heirs, so there are other candidates.
There is, and you will meet him soon enough.
Okay. I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let's address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Okay. I read of blood. Oh, I didn't get to read that. Change your point of view. Okay, so I could change the rotation here. Pretty standard. Got it. Oh, it's not following the camera?
Watches over us.
Oh, I picked pious. That's why I sound like that. Interactable objects. Some objects in the game can be interacted in a special way. Specific icons. Left mouse button. Tab. Highlight objects or character. Okay. That makes it simple enough. Tolerate the omniscient giver of knowledge. Sacred mechanism has been paired with without due reverence. Duration of the data processing cycle has tripled. Comprehensible information is displayed on a large screen above the cogitators. Make out references to unfamiliar systems and worlds among the legends. Okay. Let me go back to options. Oh, yeah, I want that on.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Is it not following?
With each step, I forge my destiny among the
Alright.
stars.
It's kind of weird, but okay. For the Senegal, give senior officers another public dressing down recently. I don't know what it was for this time, but Zurian Blanchard to slip up an excuse to give someone an earful. Have you heard? Apparently the lower decks is a bit of an influx of new blood after a last on-world resupply. There's some pestilence spreading through the crew. That's why they have to make up for the shortfall. Last time it was blue leprosy that called our ranks. See.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Praise the Emperor. Hamlet altar with a copy of the 48th volume of the Lex Imperialis, the Codex of the Sacred Laws of the Imperium.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Okay.
One of the Fon Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening?
It's always something.
Run! The servitors have gone berserk! Our foes shall be crushed beneath the
Follow Conrad, destroy. Okay. Ambush, begin start of battle. Survive the grim darkness of the far future. You will have to face enemies of all kinds and fight for your life. These hints and tutorials will familiarize you with the combat system in Warhammer 40k. Rogue Trader. Click the button at the top of the screen to start the battle. All battles in the game are turn-based and take place in a grid. On their turn, a character can move, attack, and use their abilities. Select the cell, then highlight, double-click. Yeah. Okay. Points. Gotcha. Where are the movements? Oh, here they are. So I could go here. Make attacks and use abilities in combat. Character must spend action points. Alright. Okay.
The Emperor commands.
Other actions end the turn.
I will not be deterred.
Reload. Where's the end turn? Oh. Doesn't highlight or anything. Attack of opportunity. Characters with melee weapons make an attack of opportunity. Opponent adjacent cells. Okay.
May the Divine's will be done.
Ah.
Actions will speak louder than words. Rejoice in service.
Character just missed. To increase hit chance, equip your character with a decent weapon. Place them in a vantage point. Okay. What's this? Well. So I would pick one up from the other characters. Hmm. Alright, so I got a good shot from that. I can't do another one, right?
And so it shall be done.
Okay. Characters with melee blockage. Okay.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Talk to Theodore von Valencius. Spread out, no one is allowed to enter premises stations.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Okay. Now open the map and get yourself. Gotcha.
Know your duty.
Wires of the servitor's head are still smoldering. Seems cause malfunction. What's short-circuited the motive force. Range for the sentry gun. Violet alloy. Closer examination turns to be craft objects, simple, carved, primitive tool, visible on surface. Demon Rust battle tank. Black shard resembling obsidian. You look closely, you discern strange, barely visible inside the artifact. Massive golden amalgam, sparkling particles. Stone on a pedestal with no doubt solid, but surface shimmers. Changes hue as if someone had captured a piece of a turbulent sea. The bit is unfinished. Another symbol of House Valencia's valor. Be displayed here at some point in the future. Strange object that resembles a coral. Pore surface is pitted, sign that it's been underwater. gray-green crystal with white veins. A low hum can be heard coming from the artifact. Okay.
The Emperor protects. My faith is my shield.
Oh, I could just click on him and it'll talk.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Grandstand Void Ship Temple occupies entire space, officer's deck, and it lit countless candles and lumens. Lift carries people around decks, move loud grinding noise. Okay.
With each step, I
Yeah.
forge my destiny among the stars.
Deck litany for machine placidity. Placidity.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Survey the room. First impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be 30 years old, its parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. The nervous twitching fingers, the face twisted, slight tick, the jerky movements, all signs of some illness or defect that have taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Edeltrath, Theodora von Valancius' features appear to be carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Ethelthred. Between the two of them, see two more men, one a gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the contents of his data slate. The other is a behemoth bristled with holsters and pauldrons, containing all matters of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Those spirits will well be the native names for dangerous aliens. First, verify if that indeed the case, if the population of Aeon 6 engages in Xeno worship. There are ways to confirm what has happened to Aeon 6 is witchcraft or not. It might cost several psychers to do so. It'll give us the answer. I believe you use a personal ability to ascertain sorcery. That is, would require going down the surface in person. High seismic activity, regular magma. These reports of spirits certainly sound evidence of heresy. However, I would put my interest first. No matter what means we purge, would go to the Imperium. I do not know. Says regular magma eruptions, prospects of large-scale mining. It sounds like hallucinogens, actually. But then again, it could be Xeno or witchcraft, considering this world. Or Xeno.
Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence.
Give a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, is still more. We're both servants of God. Does it become any one of our status to engage in petty feuds? I find your tone most disagreeable. You will kindly address me. Shut your mouth, or I'll shut it for you.
Even among his flock, not all are of a piece. I suggest you familiarize yourself with that fact before you are sorely.
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So, why are you here?
Was it not you who sent for me? There are questions that I wish to have answered. I do not know just yet. Hope you clarify that.
You are direct. I approve. But you will have to wait. There is something I want you to understand first. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue traitor
What a
in the
name.
service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with Fon Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
Okay. Ready to take on this sacred purpose. Well, too sudden for me. Does that mean heirs?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. Bloodright alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
You're satisfied with Ethelthrad, then what's the sense of there in having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on me? Sure Whispers is related to you? Thank you for clarifying.
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis Expanse. It says in your profile that you bear the brand of sorcery, albeit sanctioned sorcery that is permitted in the service of the Imperium. I am accustomed to the presence of psychos at my side. More than that, I value their unique abilities highly. Perhaps that is why I am so intrigued by Edelthrad's candidacy. A rogue trader psycho could achieve great things indeed. However, psychos are fragile creatures, and as such I would rather have a replacement standing ready in the event that something happens to Edelthrad. Moreover, your courage has made you far more famous than you yourself probably realize. True feats of heroism will forever live on in the annals of the Imperium and bring honor to the Fon Valancius line.
Did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you?
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name Fon Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly and, as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
I'm ready for my sacred purpose.
Oh, ready to choose you over the rest. You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader.
Thank you for clarifying. May I ask my questions now?
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
Navigator, translation, what are these things that you speak of? I mean, if you're living in this universe, you should know already, but...
Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the stars. Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Gellerfield, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead, sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. That is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of stars.
An incident took place in the officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
Where's your ship headed?
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers, and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
What are my current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Edelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aid.
Gracious Lord Captain, surely there are ways I could prove myself a worthy heir.
You can start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for sycophants. I will draw my conclusions when an opportunity to prove yourself arises. As for when you will be granted that opportunity, only the God Emperor knows.
I have no more questions.
In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Traitors.
The impure cannot escape their fate.
All of you will bleed!
Band's action turns and orders is determined by initial roll. The order of turns is displayed on the left side of the screen from bottom to top. The character at the very bottom goes first. Okay. Got it.
Don't touch me!
One fewer target. My faith strengthens me. Ha! Death to the heretics! I serve the ruinous powers! Out of my way! Ugh. Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Oof. Okay, yeah. Take cover.
I am the chosen weapon that will crush the heathens. I will not be deterred. Another step towards our ultimate victory.
Analysis. Heretic cutthroats. Cutthroat. Heretic brawler.
The Emperor commands.
Excuse me.
Death to the weak.
Such is the will of chaos!
Chaos guides me. Just a minor setback.
It's just a flesh wound. Oh wow.
My place is at the fore. I took care of this one. For the glory of the Imperium.
I want to melt a weapon.
Death to non-believers.
Positive effect. Your character has received a temporary positive effect from your ally. Such effects enhance your character's abilities in combat in some way. To learn more about the effect you've gained, hover the cursor over the effect icon next to the character's portraits. Kill him. Theodora. Ballistic skill. Okay. Be a best vantage point.
Your corrupt way has failed you.
Perform 500 critical hits with your party. Just landed a critical hit and deal increased damage equal to the character's critical hit stat. Character's critical damage is 150% normal damage. Yep. Okay.
I won't suffer this. And so shall it be done.
Okay.
Follow my lead. One fewer target. I took care of this one.
Nice.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive.
Oh, son.
Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
What's happening?
From what we have seen, I can speculate that we are dealing with some variety of madness induced by warp travel. Such episodes are not uncommon among voidsmen who have found themselves outside the boundaries of real space, though such episodes seldom spill onto other decks.
The casters are not working, or have been sabotaged. Either the warp is toying with us, or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship's communications. I will need a direct channel to the engine seer prime before I can get a sense of what we are up against. Whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine it will be some time before we no longer need them.
How could there be armed people in the ranks of the crew who would dare to attack the Lord Captain?
Trust me, this is hardly surprising for a crew of thousands. The lower decks are a fertile environment for discontent and heresy, no matter how one tries to incinerate any seed before it can take root. All it takes is a hint of warp influence to cloud the minds of normally obedient cattle.
Cattle?
Sporadic riots on the lower decks never reach these compartments. No, the tumults of the rabble are always contained within their own territory. This is too well organized. It is spreading too rapidly.
Senate with the rampaging servitors may have connected to what is transpiring now.
Possibly. Quite likely. We will investigate at a later time. Right now, we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation.
What are your orders?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Blood. Sir's deck. Contract. Okay. Nothing in my inventory. The golden structure never stopped for a moment. See if there are anything I could pick up.
The divine watches over us.
Was that me?
Let the faith guide my path to glory. Know your duty.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Vox Master is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Against the Emperor's appointed, you the traitors, every last one of them. Must provide immediate assistance as it's still in the middle of desks. Perhaps we can stop spreading. We would attempt a mutiny here in the warp.
Lunatics, fools, heretics. This ship houses thousands upon thousands of people. Pernicious thoughts and warp-induced delusions could have tainted any one of them. It is a difficult notion to accept, but such risks are inescapable. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain, Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
Okay.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
Whatever state, what does that mean? I shall do everything in my power. I cannot promise that I won't lose stairs somewhere along the way.
We're in the warp. Considering the attack, there could be a disruption in the Gellerfield and the infiltration of malevolent forces onto the decks. Psychus can react to such things in the most unpredictable ways.
Enough! Master of Whispers, you must not allow my heir to turn into a mindless mutant and to perish under Enforcer fire. Do whatever it takes to bring Edelthrad back to me. Kunrad, keep an eye on our spirited guest. You are personally responsible. Mort!
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
A proposition, since I am a more important person here, you can go in front and shield me from potential threats. It better not fail me. Lord Captain made it clear that relying on you is fraught with risk.
Oh, certainly. Lady Theodora would be devastated if she were to lose one of her precious heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
The pop and sharp crackle. Hmm. It's time to fulfill it. Why you gotta kick me?
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Ah, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
What is the meaning of this?
You must have hit your head harder than I thought. No matter. Very little is required of you. Just your blood, which you can either share of your own volition, or I will spill it for you. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Will you let me join you? We could take the warrant of Theodore together. Oh, that's heretical. Why are you doing this?
Why? Because I am following an order. What is happening on this ship right now has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my master sent me for. The Warrant of Trade.
What is it? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
I have no intention of helping you. Use your psychic power. Close your eyes and try to focus. Then you feel the touch of something sharp. I somehow sensed the rift in space and delivered a preemptive strike. Blade flashes in dim light. Drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment, you feel nauseous and your head spinning. Then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate, go to the gate, go to the gate. To the void with you. Blade flashes a dim light and drops blah 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 blah. Get out, I'm not your puppet. The voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence forcing you onto your feet and making you take a step forward towards the gate. Skill tests and dialogues. One of the available dialogue options required makes a skill test. Unlike with passive tests, which are made automatically. In this case, you can decide whether or not to select an option, the consequences of which will depend on the result of your associated test. Success or failure determine affects how the dialogue will develop. Depending on the context, you might change course with the conversation, alter the character's attitude, or perform an action. Okay. In the Gateway Arch, you see a cogitator with a human likeness built front panel. Approach the torso twitches slightly. This is servitor, an obedient automaton created to autonomize human being. Sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up in two emperor-like red eyes. Look for anything that could be used as a weapon. Look back. Tech use test succeeded. You carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator. Immediately catches your eyes a strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this is some kind of archaeotech relic. Servitor on the gate begins to move, just screeching, groaning of metal. It leans forward closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs. Glint of dim light. Vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols in a green black background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voice that fills your head after Vaudeville wounded you with his blade did not go away. Contrary, their source coiled itself tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Examine the sentinel. Place your hand in the sentinel's maw. Look back. Look for something to examine. Servitor looks noticeably different from the one you're used to. Its skin covered in stitching together in copper thread, and has metal hinges in place, standard joints. It seems to be creators of Sentinel did everything to ensure the service life of the unit would be much longer than that of ordinary automatons. Look back.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
Look for anything that could be used for a weapon. Look for hopes of finding at least something that could work. Search is in vain. Chamber or anteroom is completely empty and perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or protruding piece of rebar in sight. Sentinel's jaw clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall in the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming of the servitor motors running up and pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The sentinel's jaws remain closed, and you're beginning to feel sick. Perhaps that you lean against the gate, could catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes, pretend none of it ever had.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where the quiet voice is coming from. Crackling like static. Is it the sentinel? Cogitator? Is it a figment of your wary mind? Whichever it is, clearly hear every word. Who is this? Yes, I do require assistance. I suppose this onset of warp madness they warned me about must be lost in my...
Genetic code identified. Child of House von Valancius. Do you require assistance?
You hear displeasure grunt on your mind, as if lurking entity by a corrupted weapon, warp entity invading, sense something that is not to its liking. Yes, Sentinel traitors threaten my life and the safety of the war. I suppose the onset. Pain shoots through your head. subsides quickly, it would seem the entity coiled in around consciousness does not have the ability any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Well, there is still another way.
Check the Warren chamber. Enormous gates match the importance of the thing they protect. The massive doors are made of heavy metal and look impregnable.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Stack 2. Let it be known that by the will, by the true words of this document, I appoint this person the bearer of the warrant of trade, bestow upon them their to be paragon of humanity, unbroken adversary. Walk bravely first in the darkness, reunite and reclaim, triumph of nightmares untold. To hold boldly in the reins of fate, blah blah blah. Okay. I would have thought it was just a smaller document.
The child of the house to safety.
Madness happened here. Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Are you a Warren Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
Hey, contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Master, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
I need a weapon. I'm utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
Servo skull goes silent or raise clicking. Second, as you realize the servo skull will not answer you. Excuse me. Need me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Okay. As the game story unfolds, you will see notifications at the top of the screen indicating that the status of your current objective has been updated. Information has been added to your journal. You can open the journal by pressing J or clicking left mouse button to the notification at the top of the screen. Journal entries help you keep track of... Yeah, okay, sure.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours. Master, whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? Have
Trader parted ways on the officer's deck. He shunned somehow and brought me here. How do you find?
What?
You intend to take revenge on Theodore, something, or something, and try to reach the, and somehow part of the plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor! I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. Bandmaster, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Openly admitted that he is the mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Sniper rifle, arm, body glove, and med kit. Okay. Perfect. Weapon except. Okay. While fighting, your character will some of the. Your character has suffered an injury after being attacked by a Conrad. This happens when the character receives damage that exceeds 50% of our maximum wounds within one round. The exact percentage of wounds a character must lose for this to happen may vary depending on difficulty of the game you choose. Injuries reduce the character's resolve. Character initially suffers. You consider flesh is considered a fresh during the first 3 rounds. Once 3 rounds have passed, the fresh injury becomes an old. Fresh injury can be healed with a medkit without passing a skill test. Old injuries can be healed with a medikit, but they require character administering a treatment pass Medicaid skill test. Medicaid. Note that a character loses all wounds, they become unconscious. Once combat is over, the wounds of all the party members are replenished automatically, but the injuries sustained remain. Those can be healed with Medicaid. Alright. Inventory. Got it. Sure. And so armored body glove, armor 15%. Character wearing this armor will dodge 35% of average enemy attacks in this chapter. This is incoming. Okay. I could like right click and auto add it. Let's just go. Go here. Surprised it doesn't highlight this. But by this character. Okay.
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
For the Emperor.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. Sometimes, though, you just fire your biggest cannon and save the day.
No suffering will make me forget his sacred words. Burn the heretic, kill the mutant, purge the unclean.
The most blessed of words.
The divine watches over us.
Going until the bandage your wounds. Oh. I haven't done that yet?
Your seneschal is always there for you. This master-crafted patella augment is not fit for a servant. That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics, instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
What exactly has gone wrong with translation?
I am no helmsman. Oh, God Emperor preserve me, navigator. However, I've spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Gellerfield has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the warp. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
How'd you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
I think the Warren Sentinel may have sent that message. It appears that when I opened the chamber.
Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
Can we expect to find Navigator Sanctum?
During warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Empyrean, and for good reason. For the Navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the Sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the Immaterium. Only a Navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
Under no obligation to take such risks.
I concur that under ordinary circumstances, interrupting the Navigator's solitude would be equivalent to suicide. Right now, however, our sacrifice could prevent the demise of a rogue trader, a void ship of the Imperium, and all her crew, armaments, and equipment. The choice is obvious.
I heard one of Theodora's Voxcasts.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
Navigator Sanctum, very well. Will you lead the way? Imperium humanity. Since there is no other choice, let us depart. You'll go first.
Come.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward!
Onward.
My soul is ablaze with righteous fury. Surrender to the dark powers.
Combat begins in tactical phase, during which characters cannot attack or take other actions, but try to take up advantageous positions. Select a character by clicking on their portrait at the top screen, then click cell you want the character to move to. Red cells are areas inaccessible to the character. During the tactical phase, each character party may move up the maximum movement size. Press space. Okay. Yeah, then maybe I'd want to move up a bit.
I serve the ruinous powers! Out of my way!
Archetype, available abilities. Alright. Shot. Single shot.
Let this be the warning to all who oppose us. Rejoice in service. And so it shall be done.
Okay. Should have gone after that one actually.
Death to the weak.
Crush the feeble.
I shall endure everything with unshakable faith.
Okay. So brace for impact.
A tactically sound approach.
It will be done. One fewer target.
Whoops.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Chaos guides me. Brace yourself, Avalon.
Canyons can hurt your burst shots. Okay. So that was friendly fire then.
Let my enemies tremble at the sound of my steps. Rejoice in service.
And then leave.
I'm not interested.
Not interested.
Indeed.
There. It's this one.
I'd rather not.
Death to non-believers! I serve the ruinous powers!
Movement and attack. So remaining it's unable.
Your end is nigh. Another step towards our ultimate victory. Actions will speak louder than words. I cannot comply.
Oh. Okay.
At your beck and call.
What? Wait, what? Oh, I should have moved then.
I will do my duty.
Out of my way!
Pain and duty go hand in hand. Rejoice in service. Victory is imminent. I took care of this one.
Okay, advance level your character. Companions prevail in battles. Okay. Beat enemies have no further need. Their front armor belongs. Gotcha. I was wondering if I'd be able to loot. choose skill. Maybe I want to add some to awareness, maybe. Apply. All right. This one. Skill, athletics. Athletics is good. That one. To summary. Oh, weird. You have to click to summary and then apply. Any other? Let me look at the inventory again. Cargo. Set. Split. Drop. Alright. I don't want. Okay. It's like that was just an example, so everything else looks good.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Alright, zone map. Is a map of your void ship. If it consists of several parts between which you travel. Some parts are not yet available. Over time, your character will be able to access. Okay, left click on the active part of the void ship and there. Navigator saying. Oh. Alright. Fight selflessly and lower not your bloodied arms till the last foe of humankind is slain.
The Navigator's Sanctum is directly along the passageway. I pray to the God Emperor that we are not too late.
Era.
And so, he will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing!
This is Idirat Las, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
Entity in your consciousness, you're wounded by the corrupt. Shrieks and crawls and deeper. Claws scraping against the walls of your mind. Presence of trying to hide the seer standing before you. A diviner, are you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you, Von Valancius, are a sorcerer too, just like the other one. Lady Theodora must have grown so fond of psychers she wants one to replace her.
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrad. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrad's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
How do you know who I am?
What? You think Lady Theodora didn't ask me to peek into the darkness behind the backs of those she sees as her prospective heirs? I have seen you. I have seen the footsteps of your past and the wounds of your heart.
Flinch at the seer's words, no doubt. She is referring to the nightmares, the tortures inflicted upon your body and mind. Your muscles contract involuntarily as the steeling themselves upon more of an inevitable pain. What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Engineer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
What are you doing here?
The whispers called me.
What?
Said, without a doubt.
I know it's okay, so it's grayed out, so let's see if the navigator is well.
Oh, calamity. But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Protect the navigator. Here joined your party. Now consists of several characters. To select one character, click. Alright, left click on multiple and drag them. To select the entire party, backspace. Okay. Pipe left from nose bend in the door. Lock door.
My faith is my shield.
Air souls, fervor. Okay. Oh.
We are bound by the blood of my faithful herald of the righteous wrath.
All of you will bleed!
Let's get to it.
Stop it! I am your doom. I bring ruin.
Hero's abilities, Psyker, an operative. It's an operative, it can study opponents and identify weakness, allies, and special staff that allows Psyker to unleash psychic powers against you. Okay. Okay.
I'm not so sure.
So maybe I should have moved.
I've suffered worse. At your beck and call. It will be done.
Hologram. Use hologram to gauge the effectiveness of your intended actions. Okay. I wasn't paying attention, so maybe it's 38%.
The Emperor commands.
Yeah, didn't think so.
I will not be deterred. And so shall it be done. Just a minor setback.
Ouch. Psychic Shriek. Okay. Let me...
On it. Why did I not foresee this? Be gone.
Okay. Let's see. Forewarning. Unfriendly creature within...
That is not my destiny. Will do.
Death to the weak.
Need to heal this person.
Someone else can do this. I've seen worse battles than this in my time. This wound will make a fine scar.
Just in time.
At your beck and call.
Yeah, let me go here.
Be crushed like dust beneath my feet. I can't allow myself to do this.
No line of sight. Okay.
Rejoice in service. Let this be the warning to all who oppose us. I won't suffer this. This is beyond me.
Alright. Guess I'll have to... that off. Psychic Shriek.
But of course.
That takes care of that one. see if I can run up this way.
I'm not interested.
Oh, okay. So I do my movement, do a charge, and attack. Well, I'm stuck there. Alright, so I got a line of sight there. Nice. Creature in the chair appears to as if become one with the throne. See pink parchment-like skin stretch between the seat and the limbs. Too many joints for a human being. Navigator is breathing heavily, slowing as it sets to two dark gill-like slits in its cheeks. Creature's eyes are shut. No ordinary eyes, as well as the third one. Two ordinary eyes, as well as the third one that sits in the center of the fort.
I believe Master Spider still lives. Well, the servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
Going to look.
Master Spiders.
Your time is short.
That's ominous. Time is short to do what? Are you alright? Do you need help?
Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
Hmm.
It came from beyond. His body is not his.
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
Hmm.
Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
Who torments you?
The Urge. Kneel before the ascent of a new champion. When the rite is complete, this shell will burst, and thousands of Moors will accept the sacrifice offered to the edge of daybreak by the bringer of twilight, the one marked by the will of the gods.
Countless voices address your companions. What's this supposed to mean?
A rite. A sacrifice offered. Oh. My heart tells me that Kunrad was not deterred by his defeat in the warrant chamber.
What? Conrad betrayed Lady Theodora? Hmm. But how is that? How? He was as loyal as a dog. And I didn't hear a thing, I swear.
The footfalls of the bringer of twilight are veiled by the will of his masters. Tear out your eyes. See who is to become the champion's servant, for you need them no longer.
I want to help you. Tell me how.
Run. The sanctum will be sealed. I will hold it off. Hold on, and wait for the signal from
Can't bear to see the agony any longer. I would rather put an end to it.
You can't! It's only thanks to Master Vespidas that we're still alive. If he falls, this whole ship is doomed. Let him do his duty. You know it's the last thing he'll ever do. If he lasts that long.
Navigator is still alive, but barely so. What do we do now?
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the servo skull relayed to us earlier.
Vespidas, good luck. And thank you.
I give her response. Black tears mixed with blood, streaming closed eyelids, and the vox spaced on the chair bestowed statically echoes of otherworldly laughter. Navigator appears dead, only a slight movement of his chest and twitching of his eyes to let you know. Oh wow, he's already being changed by the warp. Navigator Sanctum is private haven, his ship's guide. And a death trap for anyone left inside after translation. Cool. Time to loot. Combat, a character may need to use different weapons of battle, which can be prepared for when open your inventory and prepare different weapon sets. To switch different sets, press X. Okay. Yeah, let me see what I can be equipped. Alright. That in there. Auto gun. Sword. Hmm. 6 to go with the sword then. Alright.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Guess I need officer's deck. Navigator's synced. Chamber. That's it.
Know your duty.
Why is this Sir Stack? Why is this okay. So the green ones just mean they're green. They're good. That run.
The ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
That's funny.
Pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot these.
I shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze
Heck
from
yeah.
me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my emperor.
Argenta. Start. White-haired woman turns to face you. Her dark eyes blazing. Weapon quivers in her hand. For a brief moment, it seems she is not going to stop and will instead continue eliminating every target she sees, starting with you.
Sister Argenta. Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you?
DJ Von Valencius, the Lord Captain's heir. Just who you're so brazen with your inquiries.
The hour is dark and daunting. Ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
Seneschal is right. There's no time for talk. I am no traitor, I get sure of that. I didn't even think to insinuate. Excuse me.
Very well. We may leave it at that, for now. I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
Was a warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas doing aboard Rogue Trader's ship? Your orders serve the ecclesiarchy, they not?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
Who are these people with you?
Overseer of Middle Deck AL-84, my lord. We were rounding up everyone we could find in the attack compartments when we ran into an ambush. Just about every enforcer fell. These are the survivors.
What happened to the officer's deck?
Massacre, my lord. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about seeing their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lord, be on your guard.
Let's go to the main hall of the deck.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
Need more powerful weapons for the coming battle. Need some suitable we found. Okay.
The divine watches over us.
Cargo. Plasma banks. Tox dispenser mod. Sniper rifle. Unfit valor. I received new, more efficient weapon. Character. Upgrade your equipment. Inventory. Drag new item to weapon slot. Double click. Go find. Purchase new equipment as often as you travel. Right? Armor penetration. Okay. Great.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours. Let us walk this path to the end.
All it for now. Let's come back maybe later tonight. Need to make some food. But thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, follow, check notifications for when I get back. Yeah, this game looks interesting so far. Anywhere stuff later.